Students, now we are going to see physical properties of alcohols and phenols. First property, that is nature of intermolecular forces. So, what is meant by intermolecular forces? Intermolecular forces means due to this OH group present in alcohol. So this is the one molecule of alcohol, ROH. Second one is there, one more is there, ROH. So if you observe this oxygen is highly electronegative atom in the OH group, that is alcohols. And what is meant by this highly electronegativity? Electronegativity means the tendency to attract a pair of electron towards itself, and it carries or it acquire partial negative charge. At the same time, hydrogen carry partial positive. Same way, in other alcohol molecule, oxygen carry partial negative, hydrogen carry partial positive charge, and due to this partial positive and negative charge, there is a extra bonding takes place in between two molecules. So the bonding takes place in between two molecules, that is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and this bonding takes place due to electronegativity of this oxygen, and which carry the partial negative charge. Means in alcohol this OH group is polar one. So due to its polar nature, the alcohols form intermolecular hydrogen bonding in their molecules. So what is meant by intermolecular forces? The forces, that is nothing but van der Waals force of attraction between the opposite charge, that is partial positive and partial negative charge, interact and form the bonding, and that is called as intermolecular forces, which are formed due to presence of hydroxyl, that is OH group in the alcohols as well as phenols. This OH group is polar, means it acquire partial positive and partial negative charge, and this charge is formed due to highly electronegative oxygen atom. So oxygen, due to oxygen atom, this alcoholic functional group of alcohol or phenol is a polar one, and that's why these molecules of alcohols are associated together, means they are held together, associated together or joined together with each other and form a long chain at both ends. So this is about the intermolecular forces. Let's see if we take an example of phenol. In case of phenol, there is also OH group present as a functional group. So this is the one molecule of phenol, other molecule of phenol, this is one more molecule of phenol, and this oxygen is highly electronegative, acquire partial negative and partial positive on hydrogen, and that's why if two electrons are goes towards oxygen, and that's why this hydrogen carry partial positive, and in between this partial positive and partial negative charge there is a bonding takes place, and this bonding is nothing but intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and which is nothing but van der Waals force of attraction, and due to this intermolecular force of attraction, these phenol molecules are associated with each other, they are linked together each other, they are joined with each other, and this is about the intermolecular forces. So what is meant by intermolecular forces or hydrogen bonding? The bonding takes place in between two molecules. If we take an example of fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, if these three atoms are present in any compound, fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, they are highly electronegative, and if they bonded with free hydrogen, then this molecule become polar and they form a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Suppose we take an example of fluorine containing HF. So this is one molecule of HF, second HF and third HF is there. So fluorine is highly electronegative, means it attract this pair of electron towards itself, carry partial negative charge on it, and hydrogen carry partial positive charge. So same way in other HF molecule, fluorine acquire partial negative, hydrogen acquire partial positive, and they form the bonding between these molecules. They are joined or linked or held together, associated together due to formation of this intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and this happens only due to this fluorine, which is highly electronegative with this free hydrogen. Okay, one more example, if oxygen containing alcohols and phenols are there. If we take an example of nitrogen, so nitrogen containing molecule, that is ammonia, NH3, second NH3, one more NH3. So nitrogen, on the nitrogen one lone pair is present, and it is also highly electronegative, means it attract a pair of electron towards itself in bonding electrons and acquire partial negative charge on it. At the same time, hydrogen acquire partial positive charge. Now next, NH3 ammonia, this hydrogen acquire partial positive, nitrogen acquire partial negative, and in between this ammonia molecule there is also intermolecular force of attraction or intermolecular hydrogen bonding takes place. So intermolecular hydrogen bonding means the bonding takes place in between two molecules, and that is called as a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. It is only takes place in the compounds those contain fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen along with this hydrogen. Okay. Now second physical property is there, physical state. All alcohols are colorless and toxic liquids. So lower members of these alcohols are a toxic liquid. Suppose we take an example of methyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol is highly poisonous, and very less concentration of methyl alcohol causes blindness as well as death also. But if we take an example of ethyl alcohol is less poisonous than this methyl alcohol. Actually ethyl alcohol is used for the different purposes, and in beverages also it is used, but it is less toxic than methyl alcohol, and which have burning odor or the alcoholic odors. About phenol, phenols are also colorless toxic compounds. They are also colorless, but when they expose to air, they form, or these colorless phenols are converted into pink colored. When they expose to air, their oxidation takes place and quinones are formed. So quinones are formed when they are exposed to the air. Colorless phenols are converted into pink colored compounds, and they have carbolic or phenolic odor. So this is about the physical state. Next most important part from this alcohol and phenol is, these alcohols and phenols have higher boiling point. Why they have a higher boiling point? So first we will see what is meant by boiling point. So liquid is converted into its gaseous state, and to conversion the temperature required, that temperature is called as its a boiling point. So boiling point means liquid is converted into gaseous state generally at a temperature, that temperature is called as a boiling point of that compound. Suppose we take an example of one carbon containing alcohol, that is methyl alcohol, 2 carbon containing alcohol, ethyl alcohol, 3 carbon containing alcohol is there, N-propyl alcohol. Now see, this is the alkyl group and this is the functional group of alcohol. So this is a 2 carbon containing, 3 carbon containing alkyl group, and if you observe its boiling point, so methyl alcohol boiling point is 65 degrees Celsius, ethyl alcohol 78 degrees Celsius. This N-propyl alcohol 97 degrees Celsius is there. Now what happens, see, the alkyl group, one carbon containing alkyl group with this OH group, which its boiling point is 65 degrees Celsius, but the length of alkyl group, that is molar mass of alkyl group increases, or molar mass of alcohol increases, its boiling point also increases. So this is the one carbon containing alcohol, methyl alcohol, its boiling point is 65 degrees Celsius. Ethyl alcohol 78. So the molar mass increases, the boiling point increases. 3 carbon containing alcohol, N-propyl alcohol 97 degrees Celsius is its boiling point. If it is converted into isopropyl alcohol, so what is the formula of isopropyl alcohol? Isopropyl alcohol means to the second carbon to which OH group is attached. So the its boiling point is 83 degrees Celsius, means the nature of branching increases. Here straight chain of the 3 carbon, that is CH3, CH2, CH2, OH is there, straight chain alcohol, its boiling point is 97 degrees Celsius, but branched chain alcohols have 83 degrees Celsius, means branching increases, boiling point decreases. If I take one more example, that is N-butyl alcohol. So 4 carbon containing alcohol and its boiling point is 118 degrees Celsius. If we take this 4 carbon containing compound with one methyl group branch, that is isobutyl alcohol, its boiling point decreases. So branching increases, its boiling point decreases, because the surface area decreases and the force of repulsion is also decreases, and we get its boiling point becomes less. Now if we take one more example, that is secondary butyl alcohol, means if we take 4 carbon containing, but means 4 carbon containing alcohol, and in which to the secondary carbon atom OH is attached, remaining valency complete by hydrogen, then we get its secondary butyl alcohol. Its boiling point is 99.5 degrees Celsius. If we take a tertiary butyl alcohol, so 3 carbon in straight chain, 1 is in branched chain, and to this tertiary carbon atom OH group is attached. So here we get CH3, 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 COH. Its boiling point is 83 degrees Celsius, means branching increases, boiling point decreases. So according to this, first rule is there, boiling point of alcohols is directly proportional to its molar mass, means molar mass increases, boiling point increases. Second, boiling point is inversely proportional to branching. So branching increases, boiling point decreases. So this is about the boiling point and of the different alcohols. So boiling point of the alcohol is increases with this molar mass. So one more is there, surface area increases. In case of straight chain, suppose if you observe here, this 4 carbon containing, this is N-butyl alcohol, isobutyl alcohol, secondary butyl alcohol and tertiary butyl alcohol. The branching increases, the boiling point decreases, and also surface area also increases, then the boiling point also increases with this surface area, means in straight chains more surface area is there, so its boiling point is higher one. So this is about the boiling point of some alcohols. Now next one is there, most important point is there, solubility. So solubility also related, or it is also related with the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water molecule. Suppose we take an example of ROH, one more ROH is there, or if we take a water molecule, solubility in water, that is here ROH is there. This oxygen is highly electronegative and it carries partial negative charge, hydrogen carry partial positive charge. If we take an example of water, that is H2O, dissolve, when alcohol is dissolved in water, what happens? See, this oxygen in water molecule acquire partial negative charge. Same way other alcohol molecule is there, ROH, that is in alcohol this OH group is polar, means due to electronegativity difference this oxygen carry partial negative charge and hydrogen carry partial positive charge. Now if you observe this OH group present in both alcohol as well as water molecule is a polar one, and due to this positive and negative charge, partial positive negative charge, there is a extra bonding there, or the intermolecular bonding is takes place. And if any compound when dissolved in water, if it produce the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, then it is soluble in water. So this alcohol form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. Same way this phenol also soluble in water. So what happens? See, this is the phenol when dissolved in water, that is H2O, HOH is there. So same way here this oxygen partial negative, hydrogen partial positive, this oxygen partial negative and hydrogen partial positive is there. So due to this partial positive negative charge, there is a intermolecular hydrogen bonding is takes place and with the water molecule, and that's why these phenols are also water soluble. They are soluble in water, and solubility decreases with increase in molar mass. So solubility is inversely proportional to its molar mass. Means first we take a example of methyl alcohol. So methyl alcohol CH3OH is highly soluble in water. Ethyl alcohol also highly soluble in water because they form intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water molecule. But if we take a 3 carbon containing alcohol, that is CH3, CH2, CH2OH, then it is just soluble in water, means its solubility decreases with increase in molar mass. What happens? See, this in alkyl group, in alcohols, this is the alkyl group. So alkyl groups are hydrophobic in nature. This is alkyl groups are nothing but a hydrocarbon part. So hydrocarbon part of this alkyl group is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means water hating part, which repel water repel, or which hate water, that is water hating or water repel part. And this polar group, that is OH group, which is this polar group of alcohol, which is hydrophilic. Hydroxyl group is hydrophilic part. So hydrophilic means water loving. means water loving, that is which is soluble in water. If now you observe this is small alkyl group, that is small hydrocarbon part, water hating or hydrophobic part is the smaller one, and OH group is there, then this OH group, it is easily soluble in water because it forms the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with the water molecule like this way here. So if we take here CH3 instead of R, if we take a CH3 is there, then what happen? This is the CH3OH, H2O, CH3OH there. So this is CH3OH, this is a water molecule, this is the methyl alcohol. Now methyl alcohol when dissolved in water, it easily form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. But if we take ethyl alcohol also form. Suppose here ethyl alcohol is there, then what is the formula? CH3CH2OH. So also it form easily the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. But if we take N-propyl alcohol, if the chain increases, the molar mass, surface area increases, the hydrophobic nature increases, and hydrophobic nature increases, its solubility decreases. So the solubility decreases with increase in the carbon or the hydrocarbon chain, that is hydrophobic part of the alcohol increases, the solubility decreases. So these alcohols molar mass increases, solubility, this molar mass increases, solubility decreases. Okay. If we take one more example is there, ortho and para nitrophenols. So suppose we take an example of phenol, that is OH group containing compound. This is the phenol. Ortho means NO2 group is present at ortho position, N double bond O O. So this is the NO2. So this is the ortho nitrophenol, this is the benzene ring, and in this ring here this oxygen always having 2 lone pair electrons and carries partial negative charge on oxygen because it is highly electronegative. Same way this nitrogen carry partial positive charge, oxygen carry partial negative charge, and due to this formation of partial charge on it, there is a bonding takes place in between this oxygen and hydrogen. So this bonding is present in only one molecule, and that's why the name of this intermolecular hydrogen bonding is intramolecular. It is not inter, it is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. What is meant by intramolecular hydrogen bonding? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding means the hydrogen bonding takes place in between the same molecule. Intra means in the same molecule the hydrogen bonding is takes place here. Okay, but if I take an example of this is orthonitrophenol, and if we take an example of para-nitrophenol. So what is the formula of para-nitrophenol? See, this OH group attached to the benzene ring, that is this is the phenol, and NO2 group is present at the para position, means N double bond O singly bonded with O. Always this oxygen carry partial negative, this partial negative, nitrogen surrounded by 4 covalent bond, that's why carry positive charge, oxygen carry partial negative, hydrogen carry partial positive. Now what happens, see, here is intramolecular bonding between this hydrogen and oxygen is not possible because they are not close to each other. And what happens when they comes in contact with water, this OH group of the paranitrophenol, this is the paranitrophenol, this is the paranitrophenol, and which paranitrophenol, in this paranitrophenol, this OH group when comes in contact with water, that is H2O. So this easily, this oxygen also carry partial negative charge and hydrogen acquire partial positive charge, and when this water molecule comes in contact with this phenol, that is paranitrophenol, it easily form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. So this is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. This is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. Hydrogen bonding with water is takes place. With water is possible because this paranitrophenol is not form intramolecular hydrogen bonding within the molecule, and that's why this hydrogen is free for this intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water, and that's why these paranitrophenols are more soluble in water as compared to orthonitrophenol. Here is this hydrogen is not free for the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. So due to formation of this intramolecular hydrogen bonding in one molecule, there is no possibility, or there is a less possibility to form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water, and that's why this orthonitrophenol is less soluble in water than paranitrophenol. So here we complete the physical properties of alcohols and phenols.